Thanks for forwarding my information to your email stream list without IDing me. I realize it might be a little difficult for you to keep my name confidential with the mounting pressure enormous, but I don't wish to reveal it at this time. Perhaps to Richard C. Doty in due time, as his questions and online demeanor seems to be the most fair, open-minded, and his questions posed were the most reasonable as I monitor the online feedback after each new posting. I also realize your list of quizzical people have numerous probing questions. I'll try to answer them, but you must understand that all of this information is contained in a huge voluminous book. There are literally hundreds of pages of scientific calculations trying to understand Serpo, the orbit, etc. I could not possibly relate all of that information via email. Our scientists had the same questions as posed by your audience. Our scientists questioned our team members and the information they gathered. Our scientists could not understand how the orbit of Serpo could revolve around the two suns at the distance measured. In the end, our scientists found that some things relating to that particular system was different in physics compared to our system. There were some questions about how our team measured the orbit and other calculations based on the lack of a stable time base, for some reason. And I don't think this was ever determined. Our time instruments did not work on Serpo. Now, considering this, you can understand the difficult job our team members had making calculations without time. They had to come up with an alternate method to measure speeds, orbits, etc. Challenge: try solving a problem in physics without being able to measure time on Earth. So you see, our team did the best they could with the instruments they had and the hardships they developed attempting scientific calculations. It is difficult for any Earth-based scientist to understand the different physics in other solar systems or on other planets. One of the questions sent me involved Kepler's law of planetary motion. Our team had that information. We had some of the best military scientists on the team, but if you consider Kepler's law, it requires time, and our team could only measure time in the conventional way. It was determined that Kepler's laws did not apply to that solar system. Moderator's comment: Johannes Kepler was a German astronomer and mathematician, 1571 to 1630. Kepler's discovery of Mars' elliptical orbit led to the publication in 1609 of 3 laws of planetary motion. One first law states that a planet moves on an elliptical path with the sun at one focus point. 2 second law states that a planet moves faster when closer to the sun and slower when farther away. 3 third law makes it possible to calculate a planet's relative distance from the sun. Specifically, the law states that the cube of a planet's average distance from the sun is equal to the square of the time it takes that planet to complete its orbit. Conclusion: one of the things our Earth-based scientists learned was not to apply Earth's laws of physics in a universal way. Serpo was estimated to be about 3 billion years old. The two suns were about 5 billion years old, but only by estimation. The Ebon civilization was estimated to be about 10,000 years old. They evolved from another planet, not on Serpo. The original home planet of the Ebons was threatened with extreme volcanic activity. The Ebons had to relocate to Serpo in order to protect their civilization. This occurred some 5,000 years ago. The Ebons had a great interplanetary battle with another race about 3,000 years ago. The Ebons lost many thousands in their battle. The Ebons completely eliminated all of their enemies. The Ebons have never fought another war since. The Ebons have been space travelers for the past 2,000 years. The Ebons first visited Earth about 2,000 years ago. Why does the Ebon population number only about 650,000? The Ebons have a very stable, structured civilization. Each male has a mate. They are allowed to reproduce, but are limited to only a specific number of children. Our team never saw a family with more than 2 children. The Ebon civilization was so structured that they planned the birth of each and every child, spacing them apart to allow the proper social grouping of the civilization. Ebon children matured at a super rate compared to Earth children. Our team watched live births, attended to by an Ebon doctor, and then watched the development of the child over a period of time, team members' time. They matured at an alarming rate. The Ebons had scientists, doctors, and technicians. There was one educational facility on the planet. If one was chosen, you attended the facility and learned the job one was best qualified and suited for. Although it was extremely difficult to judge or measure, the team estimated each Ebon's IQ to be 165. The Ebons had no single ruler. There was a council of governors, which the team named. This group controlled every single action on the planet. The members of the council seemed to have been around for a long time. Since Ebons didn't age, or at least our team couldn't detect aging, it was difficult to judge the age of each member. There were about 100 different villages or living locations for the Ebons. The Ebons only used a small portion of their planet. They did mine minerals in remote areas of the planet and had a large industrial plant in the southern portion of the planet near a body of water. Our team determined this plant had some sort of hydroelectrical operation. The Ebons developed a different type of electrical and propulsion system. It was unknown to our team, and I don't think we ever really understood it. They were able to tap into a vacuum and bring back an enormous amount of energy from that vacuum. Our team's living quarters, which consisted of several small buildings, contained electricity powered by a small box. This small box supplied all the power our team needed. Ironically, the electrical equipment our team brought on the trip worked using their power source only. Ebons did die. Our team members saw deaths, some from accidents and some from natural causes. The Ebons buried the bodies, similar to our method. Our team saw 2 air accidents involving their intraplanet flying vehicle. The Ebons worshipped a supreme being. It appeared to be some sort of deity relating to the universe. They conducted daily services, normally at the end of the first work period. They had a building or church they entered to worship. Our team left Earth in a large Ebon spacecraft and flew to Serpo in approximately 9 months by our team's measurement of time. Upon our team's return, they traveled on a newer Ebon craft. The time, estimated by our team for the return, was 7 months. Thank you for watching Stranger Than Fiction. Subscribe, comment, and like for more.